Hey Dad, what's this drawing of? Well, let's just say this painting made my dreams come true. It's a special and magical drawing. Wow! Dad, you drew this, right? So does that mean that you can use magic? No, not exactly. But this drawing isn't just any drawing. I can tell you that for sure. It's such a pretty picture. I don't know. It makes me feel so happy for some reason. Gosh, Dad, you're amazing. Do you think that I'll ever be good enough to draw something like this? Of course. As long as you hold on to the passion, it'll give you motivation no matter what life throws at you. Oh, I almost forgot. There's one other important thing you need to know. An important thing? What is it? Well, my name is Yuichi Akaiwa. I'm a junior high school student at Alice Academy. I like to draw in my notebook while pretending to listen during class. I only draw one person, Nanaka Moriya, the girl sitting diagonally right of me. Nanaka Moriya is a gorgeous girl. She ranks first on the list of girls guys want to make their girlfriends. She gets good grades and she's friendly, she has a cheerful attitude, and is always at the center of everyone's attention. I'm sure most of you have realized this, but I have a secret crush on her. She's obviously out of my league, I know that. I could never get a girl like her. I know it, my brain knows it, but my heart won't try to understand. Jeez, what am I doing? I'm just a loser introvert. There's no way she would ever consider going out with me. I can't help but sigh every time I think about her. One day after school, I was sitting in the corner of the courtyard, drawing as usual. I enjoy drawing scenery. After I finish it, I like to draw an imaginary Moriya-san in the picture. That's my usual style of art. I just know Moriya-san would look great standing in front of ginkgo trees. I wonder what pose would make her look the best. Imagination is infinite. I've studied Moriya-san more than enough to know what she looks like in every pose. Aw, please don't think I'm creepy.
Hey, what are you drawing?
Ah! She caught me off guard. I threw the sketchbook behind me before I realized what I was doing. Moriya-san?
My bad. Did I scare you? I always see you drawing here, so I got curious and...
Oh! That was when I realized my sketchbook was still lying on the ground, and it was right by her feet. That wasn't all. The picture of her was lying face up at her. I can't let her see her that! I scrambled over to collect the sketchbook, but she picked it up before I could do anything. No, don't look at that! My desperate cry didn't reach her. She was already staring at the page.
Wait a minute. This is me, isn't it? This and this, they're all drawings of me. Have you been drawing pictures of me this whole time?
No freaking way! Please, God, what did I do to deserve this? This is the end of me. Now she'll hate me. She'll call me gross and my life will soon be over. There's only one thing I can do. Please forgive me. I'm so sorry. I call this a royal dogiza. It's the ultimate dogiza, where I rub my forehead on the ground as I bow down.
Hey, please, don't do that. Hey, there's no need to apologize to me. I'm actually impressed. You're really good, Akaiwa-kun.
Nah, I'm not that...
So, can I ask you something, Akaiwa-kun?
Of course. Name it. Anything for you, Moriya-san. I'll do anything. Whatever it takes to make it up to her.
Would you like to draw me for real? Like, I could be your model.
Wait, that means I don't have to keep sneaking peeks? I can stare at her and draw her? Seriously? No. Did I hear that wrong? Please, I hope not. Are you sure? You really want me to draw you?
Yeah, I wouldn't be suggesting it if I didn't. So, what do you think?
I would love to draw you, Moriya-san! Oh my gosh, this is a dream come true! I can't believe this! I get to look at the real Moriya-san and draw a picture of her!
Great, let's pick a date soon.
Sure. Looking forward to it. Moriya-san and I started meeting up on our days off. We went to beaches, mountains, botanical gardens, and zoos. It felt amazing having a real model to draw on the scenery. One day, we picked a big park as our location. Moriya-san stood near the fountain and struck a pose for me to draw. I had no trouble focusing. My pencil glided all over the paper. Completing the picture was my priority. I had nothing else in mind. There, it's done.
Show me.
Here, go ahead.
Whoa, it's beautiful. Akaiwa-kun, I don't know how to describe it, but your pictures made me feel so warm inside. It's an amazing feeling.
Thanks. I'm glad you like it, Moriya-san. Nobody had ever said that to me before. It made me feel good.
Can I have this one too?
Take it.
Thank you. I'll take good care of it.
Moriya-san looked genuinely happy. Her smile tickled my heart, and my feelings got harder to contain. I still can't believe I'm spending my weekends with her. I never thought anything like this would ever happen to me. But this isn't a dream. She's right there. I felt a rush of joy every time I reconfirmed that it was all real.
There's something I feel every time I look at you, Akaiwa-kun. I feel your love for pictures, and I could feel your passion too. I know I'm not good with words, but I could see how into it you are. How serious you are about all of it.
Really? Honestly, I'd never thought about that. I mean, she wasn't wrong. I like drawing, or I like drawing her.
And to tell you the truth, I'm a little jealous. I don't have a passion for anything.
I see. I had no idea she thought that way. I always thought perfect people had perfect lives. I guess I was wrong.
Hey, why don't we take a walk before we go home?
Sure, I'm up for anything.
Thanks. Okay, let's go.
Suddenly, Moriya-san's hand was holding mine.
I'm sorry. I shouldn't have held your hand.
No, I was just taken by surprise. I shook my head so hard, I started to get dizzy.
Okay, good.
Her smile sparkled at me. A goddess was standing beside me. I could feel my heart jumping around all over the place. Her hand felt perfect in mine. I had never felt more content with my life. A few days later...
Akaiwa-kun, do you want to come over this weekend? Maybe Sunday?
Come over? Do you mean to your place?
Yep, that's right. My parents won't be home till late that day, so I figured we could use my place to draw pictures.
Okay. Thank you for the invitation. Sunday, I was at Moriya-san's house, just like she had suggested.
Hey, come in.
Hi there. I was extremely nervous. This was my first time inside a girl's room. So, this is Moriya-san's room. What is this amazing smell? Do all girls' rooms smell like this? I can't get enough of this smell. Ew! What am I saying? I sound like a freak! I tried pushing all the inappropriate ideas out of my head. Cleanse my soul. Cleanse my soul.
Okay then, we should get started.
Moriya-san reached for the buttons on her shirt. Wait a second, what? I freaked out. I wasn't expecting that. Does this mean we will be doing what girls and boys do together? Will we take the next step into adulthood today? My gosh, no, stop thinking such ridiculous thoughts. You are an idiot, Yuichi!
Ta-da! I bought this bathing suit just for today.
A bathing suit?
So, how do I look?
You look perfect. Moriya-san looked so good. My heart started racing. Moriya-san in a bathing suit. Oh God, thank you! I didn't know all of this was hiding under her clothes. Look at those! No! Cut it out! Don't look at her that way!
I think I know the perfect sexy pose to turn you on, Akaiwa-kun.
Oh no! Elevating blood pressure! How do I get it down? I had no idea Moriya-san could be such a seductive little devil! Look at that grin on her face!
Okay, I think I'm ready.
Moriya-san gave me my cue. I picked up my sketchbook to start drawing. I don't usually have trouble focusing on drawing, but this wonderfully bizarre situation was blocking my concentration. Focus, clear your head, cleanse your mind. I desperately fought off the perverted thoughts viciously invading my brain. Finally, I somehow managed to finish the drawing. One day, during break time, Moriya-san came over to me with a brochure.
Hiya, Kaiwa-kun. There's something I wanted to ask you. I want you to draw me in this competition.
Her face looked serious as she handed me the brochure. It was an application guideline for a competition for pictures about marriage. It wasn't something I wanted to see. I'm sorry, I can't do this.
Why?
Well, memories of my past came back to me as I told her why. I used to be in many competitions. I won first place many times. I know I sound full of myself, but back then, I thought winning a competition was a piece of cake. The adults around me adored and cherished me. Some of them even started calling me God's child. However, the people in charge of the competitions began to make ridiculous requests. They wanted to attract more of an audience. They stopped letting me draw whatever I wanted to. Eventually, I started detesting art. I didn't enjoy it anymore. They pushed me over the edge. I decided never to join a competition ever again.
That must have been so hard for you. I'm so sorry. I didn't know. I feel awful for bringing back such dark memories.
It's not your fault. I didn't tell you any of it. So how would you have known? I'm sorry too. I wish I could have helped you out. The school bells rang, and break time was over.
Oh, I should get back to my seats. Again, I'm sorry.
Moriya-san swiftly walked away. She looked so sad. I felt sort of guilty, but all I could do was watch her until she disappeared. A week later, something shocking happened. Moriya-san was hospitalized! I was worried, so I went to the hospital to visit her during the weekend. The nurse took me to her hospital room. I walked in to see Moriya-san lying on a bed. A woman I had never seen before was sitting beside her.
Oh, Kaiwa-kun.
Oh, so he is the guy you were talking about.
The woman walked towards me.
It's nice to finally meet you. I'm Sumire Moriya, Nanaka's mother. I've heard about you, Akaiwa-kun.
Oh, hello. My name is Yuichi Akaiwa. I go to school with Moriya-san.
Well, I'm sure you both have a lot to talk about. I'll let you get to it. Bye!
Moriya-san's mother left the room. She gave me a little wink before walking out.
I'm sorry. Were you worried?
Hey, it's okay. So, how are you feeling? Are you okay?
It's no big deal. I fainted. Probably tired or something. I won't be able to stay here for long.
Okay. I'm relieved to hear that.
Hey, Kaiwa-kun. I know you said no, but can I ask you to reconsider entering the competition?
That's the only thing I can't do. I'm willing to do anything else, though.
I see. It's okay. I should have let it go.
Moriya-san's expression had a hint of sorrow, which immediately caught my attention. I wonder why Moriya-san is insistent about me joining the competition. I know. I could ask her why, but what's the point of doing that? I'm not drawing the picture, so hearing her reasons would be meaningless. I didn't want to ask her since it could give her false hope, so I decided to let it be. Things got a bit awkward between us after that conversation, so we had a bit of small talk, and I left the room. I walked over to find Moriya-san's mother standing in the hallway.
Akaiwa-kun, do you have some time right now? I need to tell you something about Nanaka.
Sure. I have time. Moriya-san's mother and I walked down to the hospital lobby and sat down at the table.
I apologize for bothering you so suddenly, but there's something you should know. I have a feeling she hasn't told you.
She hasn't? What is it?
Well, Nakana has a heart disease. She's been living with it since she was a child.
What? Moriya-san's mother explained her daughter's condition with a somber expression. Moriya-san was born with a heart disease. She'd been going to the hospital for checkups her entire life. She needed to get surgery to get better, but there was just one problem holding her back. There was a 50% possibility that the surgery would end unsuccessfully. The surgery failing automatically means Moriya-san would die! That's why Moriya-san had been avoiding the surgery. The risks were too high! Is she refusing to get surgery because she's afraid she might die?
I'm sure that's part of her reason, but I don't think that's the main one. I think she feels, rather than failing and dying during surgery, she wants to live her life to the fullest, at least as much as she can.
I see. Luckily, there was no urgency to Moriya-san's heart disease. She could continue living the way she did as long as her seizures stayed away. However, the disease would progress every time Moriya-san had a seizure. Her heart condition would worsen, and it would eventually become lethal. On top of that, every seizure she had would increase the risk of having another one. They were unpredictable, and not even the doctors could control them.
I want to respect the decision she has made. I do, but I want her to have a long life, at least longer than mine.
Any mother would feel that way if her child was in the same situation. It broke my heart since I wanted Moriya-san to live too.
I almost forgot. I wanted to tell you how wonderful your drawings are. Nanaka shows me every time you give her a new one. It brings her so much joy. It's nice seeing her smile so much. I don't think I've seen her like that in a very long time. Akaiwa-kun, Nanaka is so lucky to have a friend like you. I hope you two stay close no matter what may happen in the future.
Of course! I'll never leave her! That night, I sat in my room, thinking about Moriya-san. The ideal ending would be Moriya-san getting surgery and coming out of it alive. But in reality, there are multiple obstacles to consider. I wish I could help, but I'm just a schoolmate. It's not my place to tell her what to do or not to do. Moriya-san was so insistent about the marriage picture competition she showed me. Isn't that a sign that she's hoping for a future? That she wants to live to experience it? It's just my speculation. It's not as if she said it herself, but there's no proof that it's wrong. If so, still, even if it was true, would we be able to do it? Would I be able to pull it off? Somehow? My mind was in a conflict, and it stayed that way for the next few months. 3 months passed after Moriya-san was hospitalized. I was visiting a museum with her that day. I'm sorry. I know the invitation was sudden.
It's okay. I was free anyways. But I didn't expect you to ask me since I was always the one to ask you. Is there a specific piece of art you want to see?
Well, yeah. Something like that. We walked into the museum together, and I led Moriya-san to a painting. It was the one I specifically brought her to see.
What's this?
Her eyes locked onto it. She stood there, open-mouthed. The painting was of a man and a woman at their wedding. Next to it was a label with the words, "First Prize," written on it. This is a painting I made just for you, Moriya-san. I wanted to bring you here to see it. I realized everything would be worth it if I could see you smile.
Wow. I've never seen such a beautiful painting that makes me feel so warm inside. I don't know how to express this feeling. It's like somebody is embracing my heart. I could feel you through this piece, Akaiwa-kun.
Tears fell endlessly from her eyes. Beautiful and pure, wonderful tears.
I'm going to go through with the surgery. I want to live. I want to be there to make this painting come true.
Thank you. I feel the same way as you, Moriya-san. Our hands naturally found each other. I gently wrapped mine around hers, and she slid her fingers through mine. We stood there for a while, standing next to each other and staring at the painting. We left the museum to find that the sun was starting to set in the west.
Hey, the man in the wedding painting. That's you, isn't it?
Yeah.
So does that mean you can see a future married to me?
Yes.
I see. Well, I guess we should start by dating each other first. I mean, we can never get married if we aren't in a relationship.
Yeah. You're right. Everything Moriya-san said was true. still, it was a bit embarrassing hearing it all in words. A tingly feeling spread through my body. Suddenly, Moriya-san stopped walking and turned towards me.
Kaiwa-kun, I really like you. I've liked you since I first saw you drawing in your sketchbook. So I wanted to ask you if you'd like to be my boyfriend.
I feel the same way. I've had feelings for you for a long time now. I would love to be your boyfriend. I promise I'll be good to you. Moriya-san tilted her head slightly upwards and closed her eyes. I instantly knew what she was waiting for me to do. My usual cowardly self was gone. I stepped in to kiss her. I felt my body burning as I tasted her sweet lips.
This was my first kiss. I promised myself that I would save my first kiss for the man that I planned on marrying. They say that you never end up marrying your first love, but I don't want to believe that. Just FYI, my first kiss means we are for life.
Don't worry. I know. I want the same thing as you. You're stuck with me forever.
Good.
We wrapped our arms around each other and soaked in the sunset. A few years later, Nanaka and I stood at the altar inside a church for our wedding. Nanaka's surgery was a success. Our future's not in danger anymore. As for me, I'm a professional artist now. My work has become well known throughout the whole world.
Yuichi, everything I have, everything we have, is all thanks to you.
I should be the one thanking you, Nanaka. You made me everything I am today. We looked into each other's eyes and smiled.
Yuichi, I love you.
I love you too, Nanaka. We vowed to love each other forever and sealed it with a kiss. Nanaka and I got the happy ending we promised, just like in the painting. However, this isn't the end. It's just the beginning. The past creates the present, which guides us to the future. I plan to continue painting. I'll never stop painting our future visions.
Thank you for watching. How was today's video? Please check out our other videos as well.